Hello and welcome everyone. This is Mohammad Izamam from SAIMEDHA ECET Coaching Center Koti, Hyderabad. SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad is providing a golden opportunity to all the ECET 2024 and as well as ECET 2025 students. ఎవరైతే ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ లో ఉన్నారో, ఎవరైతే థర్డ్ సెమిస్టర్ లో ఇప్పుడు చదువుతున్నారో, SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad is providing the online coaching and as well as offline coaching for it. Ranks గురించి చెప్పాలంటే SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad లో every single time, every single year we have proven that maximum ranks in all the branches ECE, EEE, mechanical, civil and computer science లో top 5 branches లో state first rank తో పాటు maximum ranks in top 10 and top 50 లో కూడా maximum ranks are there. In this video lecture series in the YouTube, we are going to be updating every single day for all the branches subject wise and as well as topic wise. Previous ECET examination questions will be explained by expert faculties. My dear students, gurtu pettukondi, only previous year competitive examination questions korake separate course untadi, pay cheyalsi untadi baita market lo, kani SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad lo free of cost we are providing that series guys in this very YouTube channel. So those who have not subscribed the channel, subscribe now and press the bell icon to be notified for the further more updates. Every day subject wise, topic wise, previous ECET examination questions with which you can understand the level of teaching, the expertise which is there in the SAIMEDHA Koti, Hyderabad. So my dear students, what are you waiting for? Start watching all the video series in this YouTube channel. At the end of the video, I'll be coming back to give you a surprise for all the ECET 2024 and ECET 2025 aspirants. So share this video as much as possible for all the final year students and third semester students. Now let's start the video.
Hope all of you are doing well. Now we are going to solve the previous year questions of ECET. So the very first chapter, that is basic concepts and with chain surveying. Okay. So along with the basic concepts, we are covering the chain surveying also. So now the very first question here, invar tape is made up of an alloy of. We do know invar tape, it is made up of an alloy of. It is made up of alloys of, to be more clearly, alloys of. Okay, alloys of steel and nickel. Steel and nickel. Okay, where the steel will be added with 64% and nickel will be added with 36%. Okay, so please remember, steel will be added with the 64% and 36% nickel will be observed in the manufacturing of this invar tape. Okay, so here the clear answer will be dash and steel, nothing but nickel and steel. Nickel and steel, you can see here nickel is there, so nickel and steel will be the correct answer. Fine. So moving further, walking over an area, observing its main features and boundaries is known as. See here, whenever an area was given or whenever we are supposed to do some survey, the very first thing, or for example whenever we are going to do any draw an alignment, the very first thing that we have to do here is map study. Okay, so map study in a sense, we have to sit in the office and we have to refer all the maps. Okay, so after referring all the maps, after the alignments that are chosen on the maps, we have to go to field to have an overview of the field, right? Okay, that means here we have to have a walkover on the field so that we will be able to understand the practical situations of the field. Okay, so if you see here, walking over an area to observe the main features, like what is the profile of the ground, like are there any depressions, are there any elevations? Okay, so the field was not correct. Okay, so if you see, these kind of situations will be observed only in the case of a reconnaissance survey. Okay, though the features boundaries, though we are dealing with the boundaries, it might be cadastral, but the point is here, we are going for a walkover here, so walking over will be carried out only in the terms of a reconnaissance. So we are going to do this reconnaissance so as to observe the practical situation of a field, because map situations might not be there upon the ground. Okay, so that's why we will be making a walking over the ground so that we will be able to understand the features of the ground clearly. Okay, so that is the reconnaissance survey, right? Moving further, in case of n observations are taken, the accidental errors are proportional to. So accident errors are proportional to n power 1 by 2, that is nothing but root n. So root n will be the correct answer. Okay, so accidental errors or compensating errors, both are same. Accidental errors or compensating errors are same, both follows the law of probability. Compensating errors are same, so it will be proportional to the root n. Okay, so going for next question. If the area covered by a series of survey lines near the boundary, it is called. So if an area is covered with a series of survey lines, so if you observe this word here, series of survey lines, now if you correlate with the options that are there here, triangulation, there the triangulation will be able to see the triangles. Okay, a series of lines will be joined, but the point is here, the triangulation is not carried only on the boundaries. Okay, the triangulation won't be happening only on the boundaries, triangulation will be happening within the area itself. So triangulation is not the correct answer. Theodet survey, no, we are not going to do, we are not going to take this theodet survey only on the boundaries. There is nothing called the gradation system. Okay, so the point is here traversing. Why? Because we do know what is traversing here. Traversing is nothing but a series of network of lines. Okay, a series of network of lines, a series or network of lines carried on boundaries. Carried on boundaries. Why actually we have to do this traversing? Okay, by traversing we will be able to find out the area, or we will be able to find out the profile of the road. So whatever the thing that we want to do, okay, by on the boundaries especially, more to be more clearly. Okay, so the clear answer here is, sorry, it's not triangulation, it's a traversing. So traversing will be the answer for this kind of question. Okay, moving further. Establishing a set of intermediate points on a straight line between the 2 points which are already fixed on the ground. So if you see here, 2 points which were already fixed on the ground, so this is point A and this is point B, which were already fixed on the ground. Now see here, I am placing the staffs upon these two, and now staffs or the ranging rods upon these two. So in line with these two ranging rods, if I am trying to place a third ranging rod, okay, that means here I am going to establish a more number of points, okay, in line with AB, observing this AB here. Okay, so this kind of operation we do call it as ranging. It's not traversing, or it's not chaining, or it's not resectioning. So the correct answer for this question is ranging. Okay, so ranging is a process where we are going to establish a more number of points within 2 points which are already fixed. Fine. Next, moving further. A length of a line measured with a 30 meters chain was found to be 300 meters. If the chain was 0.1 meter too short, the true length of the line will be dash. Okay, so whenever this kind of question comes, like whenever a question comes upon a chain, we can simply use this relation: true into true is equals to false into false. Okay, one true we have to give it for chain, the second true is for measured distance, one false is for chain, okay, and one false is for measured distance. Okay, so now what is the question he is asking? If the chain was 0.1 meters too short, the true length of the line will be dash. So he was supposed to use a 30 meters chain here. So 30, which is the true length of the chain. Okay, so now he is asking us to find out the length of the line that have to be measured is nothing but the true measured distance he is asking us to find out. So true distance is equals to, what is the false length of the chain here? So the chain is having some error. Now where the error is 0.1 meters too short. So when the error is 0.1 meter too short, so the so if you observe here, what is the correction that we have to apply here is too short, so negative correction have to be applied there. So minus 0.1 into whatever the distance that he measured here, 300. Okay, so from here we will be able to solve this T easily. So 30 minus 0.1 times of 300 upon 30. Okay, so this comes out to be 30 tens 300. Fine. Now if you see here, 30 minus 0.1, this is 29.9 times of 10. So this is 10 here, 10 goes on cancel. So this is 299 meters. So 299 meters will be the correct answer. Simple question, right? Okay, so we can directly use this relation to find out the unknown value. Okay, so we found out this unknown value, that is true measured distance. Now you might have a doubt like, sir, why we have taken this as a false measured distance, or why we have considered it as false measured distance? Because the chain that he used is wrong. So whatever the distance that he measured by using that chain also will be obviously wrong. So this is a wrong value. So that's why I have placed in a false measured distance. Okay, so here I have placed a value of 300. From there I got an answer of 299 meters. Okay, so moving further. What is the fundamental principle of surveying? So the fundamental principle of surveying. So generally if you observe the principles of surveying, there are two principles here. The very first principle is to work from whole to part. To work from whole to part. As the second principle is to locate the third point. To locate third point with respect to at least 2 known points. With respect to at least 2 known points having some additional data, with some additional data. Okay, so this is the second principle. Okay, so find the very first principle here is he is asking about is to work from working from whole to part. It's not working from one end to other end, it's not working from lower to higher level, it's not working from part to whole. Okay, from part of whole. Oh my god. Okay, so the very correct answer here is working from whole to part, because why we are working from whole to part is to reduce the accumulation of errors. Okay, only to reduce the accumulation of errors we are going to work from whole to part. Okay, so moving further. Lateral distances measured from the main survey line are called. So if you see here, this is an area and this is the main survey line, and from this main survey line, if I take any lateral measurements, now what are these lines are supposed to call? What are these lines are supposed to call? So we will be simply calling them as offsets. we will be simply calling them as offsets, or FFSETs, offsets. These offsets can be perpendicular, or these offsets can be radial or oblique. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is offsets. Okay, moving further, the main principle of survey is to work from, already we have discussed, we have to work from whole to part, right? Fine, simple. The distance between 2 points were measured with a 20 meters chain as 500 meters. Afterwards, it was seen that the chain was 0.08 meters too long. What was the correct distance? So again, the same thing here. True into true is equals to false into false. Okay, the true length of the chain was 20, and the true distance we are supposed to find out. What is the false length of the chain? This is too long. So 20 plus 0.08. Okay, times of what is the false length that you have measured is 500. So from here we will be able to get the true distance. So true distance is equals to 20 plus 0.08 times of 500 upon 20. So if you solve this, this is 0, 0, this is 25 times 50. So this is 20.08 times of 25. So this is 100 if I cancel this point. So this is 4. So if you solve this 2008 upon 4, this is 4 5 20, 0 4 2 8 502. Yeah, 502 meters is the answer for this question. Very simple, done. Okay, so moving further, so this is 502 meters. Yeah, moving further, systematic errors, sir. So systematic errors are nothing but instrumental errors. They are instrumental errors. So instrumental errors will be always cumulative, so cannot be understood, cannot be recognized, cannot be determined. So with cumulative efforts, with cumulative effects, okay, it will be having, yes, obviously this systematic errors will be having cumulative effects, and which can be eliminated by exercising certain precautions and marking the necessary corrections. Fine. Yeah, so systematic errors will be always cumulative. Okay, the most accurate method for the measurement of a baseline is, so if you see here 4 options were there. From these 4 options I have to choose a more accurate method for finding out the measurement of a baseline. So here if you observe all the 4 options, chain, obviously it will be having the mistake. Why? Because the chain in the operation it might bend, or it might the rings might get loosened. Okay, the connections might get opened. Okay, because of that there will be an error in the chain. Okay, so invalid tape. Okay, yes, comparatively here tachymetry is not an instrument to measure the we can also measure the horizontal distance. So in the elimination process we can directly eliminate the chain because this is the most approximate method. Okay, now the answer will be varying in between 3 options here: invalid tape, tachymetry and EDM. Of all these 3 methods, EDM uses waves to calculate the distance, which is more and more accurate, because EDM uses waves to calculate the distance here, which is more accurate because this is an electronic instrument, right? Okay, which is more precise when we are comparing with these 2 manual operations. Tachymetry have to be carried out manually, invalid tape have to be carried out manually, right? So other than this manual operations here, the electronic operation will be giving us a more exact result. Okay, so finally EDM will be the correct answer. Which of the following is an obstacle to chaining? So where will be the probability that we can't chain? So we can't chain on a water body, right? We can't chain on a water body because we can't run a chain line upon some water body, because the chain will be getting dissolved into the water, right? So now the point is here, obstacle to chaining. So where I can't run a chain, so I can't run a chain on a water body, which we do call it as a river. Simply I can directly give that answer as a river, right? Okay, so moving further, which one of the following is not used in set outing a perpendicular? So generally perpendiculars are set out by using cross staffs in the very first area called the chain surveying. So if you move further, cross staff, it is used for setting out of right angles. Optical square, yes, by using double reflection. Prism square, yes, by using this. Again, in the prism square also we will be able to find out the right angles easily. Okay, so line ranger is an instrument that is used for ranging operation, not for setting out perpendiculars. So the correct answer here is line ranger. Okay, prism square is already we use, because he asked here not used. Okay, so cross staff is used, optical square is used, prism square is used. Only the instrument that is not used is here line ranger. Okay, so moving further, the line joins the fixed points on the main survey line is known as, it's nothing but a baseline. So directly you can answer. Okay, a line joins some fixed points on the main lines is main survey line is known as a baseline. Fine. Okay, because check lines they are used for to check the accuracy of the work. Tie lines are the short offsets that we are going to use to locate some landmarks within the given area. Contour lines, it is a line formed by joining all the equal elevated points. So the only correct answer here is baseline. which of the following is an obstacle for both chaining and ranging? So where I can't run a chain as well as where I can't run the ranging operation also. That means there is a big obstacle that is coming in between where I was not probably, I can't run a chain as well as I can't range. Okay, so this will be happen. See, pond is a place or pond is a body where we will be able to range but we can't chain. So but here he is asking for both. Okay, so lake is a water body, river is a water body, so all these three are water bodies where we can't chain, but building is only the obstacle that we won't be able to. See, if you are running a chain, if there is a big building in front of you, okay, and vertically elevated structure in front of you, we can't run a chain vertically, right? We can't run a chain in the vertical plane, right? But building is an obstacle both in the terms of horizontal plane as well as vertical plane. So the correct answer here is building. Fine. The most accurate method for measurement of a baseline is, again, so already we have solved this, EDM, electronic distance measurement. The correction for sag in the measurement of a baseline by chain is, remember, correction for sag is always negative. Correction for sag is always negative. Correction for slope is always negative. Correction for refraction of the earth, sorry, not refraction, correction for curvature of the earth. Correction for curvature of the earth is always negative. Okay, and if the chain is too long, so too short, the correction is negative. Okay, if tape is too short, tape too short, the correction is negative. So all these corrections were negative. All these corrections were negative. Okay. So what are positive? Now you might have a doubt like what are the positive corrections? Refraction correction is positive. Refraction correction is positive. Chain too long, correction positive. This is chain. Okay, tape too long, positive. Okay, so these are the positive corrections. Okay, now the point is here regarding the correction for sag. So sag will be always negative, so I have taken negative. In some cases they might ask, they might give us the options like subtractive, so you can take negative or subtractive also. You can take subtractive also. You can take subtractive also in place of negative. So because in some exams they might be giving us this option also. Subtractive. Done? Right? Yeah, fine. Moving further. The length of a revenue chain is, so if you see here, when we are using different types of chains here, so we are going to use metric chain. We are going to use metric chain where the metric chain will be available in 20 meters of length as well as 30 meters of length, right? And then we are going to use surveyors or Gunter's chain. Surveyors or Gunter's chain where it is available with 66 feet of length. Okay, which is available with 66 feet of length. And if you take this revenue chain which is of 33 feet of length, 33 feet of length, as well as if you take this engineer's chain, it will be having 100 feet of length. Engineer's chain, it will be having 100 feet of length. Okay, so clear answer for this revenue chain is 33 feet. Moving further. A 30 meters chain was found to be 0.1 meters too short throughout the measurement of a line AB and recorded as 300 meters. So the actual length of C is a very simple point again. So true into true is equals to false into false. So he is supposed to use a 30 meters chain which is a correct 30 meters chain which is a correct value. Now he is asking us to find out the actual length. Okay, so that is a true distance. So what is the false length of the chain is 0.1 meters too short. So this is 30 minus 0.1. Okay, into false distance that I have measured is 300 meters. So this is 300 meters. Already we have solved this, right? So true distance is equals to 30 minus 0.1 times of 300 upon 30. So this 30 nothing but 10 times 30 times 300. Okay, so 30 minus 0.1, this is 29.9 plus 0.1 30. So times of 10. So this cancels. So the value comes out to be 299 meters. Already we have solved 299 meters. Okay, this is very simple, right? Very simple. Okay, moving further. The side of a square land was measured as 300 meters and the error was is in error by 0.05 meters. The error in computing the area of land. So here he has taken a square land which is of 300 by 300 meters, right? So 300 by 300 meters. Now there is an error, but he haven't mentioned whether that's a positive error or negative error. So I can take it as plus or minus 0.05 meters. Here also plus or minus 0.05 meters. Okay, so if you solve here 30, like the error, we have to compare with 300 plus 0.05. This is one option. Okay, the second option is 300 minus 0.05. If you solve this, let me check with the calci. So if you take the calci here, 300 plus 0.05 square, the answer comes out to be here as 90030.0025 meter square. And if you take this 300 minus 0.05, the answer comes out to be 219.95 square. The answer, sorry, the answer comes out to be 89970.0025. Okay, so this is meter square. Now the point is here, the error in computing the area of the land. So if we have to compare with a 300 meters, right, we have to compare with 300 meter square, right. So when I am comparing with 300 meter square here and I am comparing with 300 meter square here, okay, if I am comparing with 300 meter square, if I am comparing with 300 meter square, 300, so this is 90030.25, this is 30.25 something here, comes out to be 30.25. Here this comes out to be something like if you see 300 square again, 899.70.0025, the answer comes out to be 29.99, 89970.0025, right, 300 square. If I compare this, the value comes out to be like 29.99 meter square. So both the answers were nearly equal to this 30 meter square, so the correct answer will be of 30 meter square. Fine. Moving further, the correction applied to each 30 meter chain length along some 5 angle slope is. See here, two options will be there. One is for the chains correction, that is the slope correction, where if you are taking this in terms of theta, the answer comes out to be L into cos theta minus 1. Okay, but here he has taken a 30 meters chain here, so 30 into cos phi minus 1, this is one option. So if you see here, yes, 30 into cos phi minus 1 meters will be the correct answer. Okay, so this 30 into secant theta minus 1 is an hypotenusial allowance. Hypotenusial allowance. Okay, hypotenusial allowance. What is that hypotenusial allowance? When you are carrying out a chain work upon some slope, okay, we will be left over with some length, and that length is nothing but your hypotenusial allowance. And if you want to find out the hypotenusial allowance, you have to take the formula L into secant theta minus 1. So here for this case, the correct answer here is 30 into cos phi minus 1. Fine.
So my dear students, for ECET 2024 and ECET 2025, SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad is providing maximum concessions in this very week. Offline students gavachu, online students gavachu, online plus offline students gavachu, morning batches, evening batches, day batches, full day batches, online courses with materials gurinchi SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad in this very week, guys. In this very week only, we are providing the maximum concessions. A concessions evaithe unnayo, concessions ఏ విధంగా ఉంటది, batches ఏ విధంగా ఉంటాయి, with materials, without material, online coaching, total మీకు ఏ డౌట్ ఉన్నా సరే ఆ కన్సెషన్స్ మాక్సిమం ఏమున్నాయి అంటే మనకు మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ ఇక్కడ స్క్రోలింగ్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో స్క్రోలింగ్ అవుతున్న మొబైల్ నంబర్స్ కి కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి అండ్ జాయిన్ ఇన్ ద SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad as soon as possible. Don't miss this opportunity of getting the maximum concessions, guys. Thank you very much. In this video series, every single day we are going to be updating subject wise, topic wise, previous ECET examination questions. I wish you all the best. This is Mohammad Inzamam signing off.